This video is sponsored by Skillshare.
So I haven't been reading recently. You can blame Unforgotten for that. That's a TV programme. If you haven't watched it, it's incredible. I've just been hooked and been watching that for like the past week, maybe 2 weeks actually. That means I've been slacking on my reading. And I also read the biggest book, A Little Life, at the start of this year, and it took me a whole month, which means I'm behind on my reading challenge. At the start of this year, I set myself a goal of reading, I think 52 books? No. How many? Yeah, shit. For some reason, I thought I set myself 25 books. I'm pretty sure that was last year. I've set myself 52 books this year, which is one a week. And for some people, that is probably not that much. For example, I saw a reading vlog where this girl has set herself 150 books. Excuse me? I could never do that. And right now, I'm 7 books behind. So I really need to catch up, which calls for a reading vlog, because then I will actually force myself to sit down and read. Not that I don't like reading, I love it, but when I get out of the swing of it, I find it really hard to get back in. So I need to force myself to do it until it becomes a habit. I also just love reading vlogs. I find them very calming and therapeutic, and I like seeing what everyone's reading, get some ideas for myself. So I hope this relaxes you. You know, if you're a bit stressed out, you will be chilled out by the end of this video. First book that I'm trying to finish, it's A Beautifully Foolish Endeavour by Hank Green. This is the sequel to An Absolutely Remarkable Thing, again by Hank Green, obviously, and I absolutely love that. So of course I had to get this when it came out. As you can see, I have started it. I'm about like a third of the way through, so I hope I can finish this today. I'm a very slow reader. I'm the type of person who I'll read a whole page and then by the end of it I'll be like, wait, I wasn't even listening to myself, so I'll have to start again. And that's why it takes me so long to read.
Something I know that I'm no different. I pretend that I was perfect for you, perfect. Hoping for things like this. I could have turned intentional apart. I thought to close doors like that. I pretend that I was perfect for you, perfect. Hoping for things like this. I could have turned intentional apart. I thought to close doors like that. I pretend that I was perfect for you, perfect.
It is 7:15, bearing in mind I started this whole reading thing at like 4 p.m. I have read just over like 100 pages and I'm still loving it. I do get a different vibe than like the first book. I don't really know how to explain it. I am a little upset because I think I've got into like part 2 of the book and my favourite character isn't getting as much airtime. I really like reading it from Andy's point of view, but he's only had 1 chapter in the 100 pages that I've just read. What he's doing right now is the most interesting to me. So yeah, I'm more than halfway through. I'm going to do another couple hours and then update you again.
But before we get back to reading, let's take a little break to talk about today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people just like you. It's the perfect place to explore new skills and enhance the passions you already have. This week, I've been taking a class by Jerome Vogel called Digital Illustration Learn to Use Procreate, where he taught us the basics of the drawing app Procreate in short and sharp start video lessons. His whole course is only 1 hour long, so it's not daunting at all. Skillshare is made specifically for learning, so there's no ads, and they're always launching new premium classes, so there's always something new to try. Plus, it's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. Be quick, because the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in my description box will get a free trial of the premium membership, so you too can have fun and explore your creativity. Okay, let's get back to the books.
Dandelions, old cartoons, taco nights, nightly news.
It's 11:30. I have 50 pages left, so I'm just gonna finish this and then I think I'm probably just gonna go to sleep and start a new book tomorrow. Why am I just so slow at reading? I've just got to like the climax of the whole book. Everything is going to resolve itself within these last 50 pages. Unless there's another book after this. I kind of hope there isn't. Anyways, I'm gonna finish this next 50 pages. Try not to fall asleep. Then we can pick a new book in the morning. I've been awake for about an hour and a half reading the new book that I chose. It is Enduring Love by Ian McEwan. I know, how the hell have I not read this before? Very famous book, if you don't know. I'm only about 40 pages in and I'm very intrigued. Before I read any more of this, I'm going to show you like the options that I've picked from. Okay, so here are the books. I really wanted to read this one, but I decided because I'm trying to catch up on my reading goal, I needed to choose the smallest book possible. This one I believe is 250 pages, so not that long. Also, I've got One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Atonement. I really don't understand how I haven't read so many classics. Purple Hibiscus, Norwegian Wood, Girl, Woman, Other. I guess this is my to read pile for like the next month. So yeah, that is why I'm doing this one first. I just finished my second book and I thought I would just give you a quick little rating of both these books, what I liked about them, what I didn't like about them, just before I move on to my next book. So let's start with A Beautifully Foolish Endeavour. So I rated this 3 out of 5. The first book, I'm pretty sure I rated a 4 or a 4.5 even. I really enjoyed that book. You know, I did have high expectations and this didn't completely live up to it. Still a fantastic book, but if you're anything like me and you have like a short attention span, this one and the first one will be good for you because the chapters are so short and the changing point of view from each character is just constantly engaging and interesting. That really helped me to finish this. I think it did pick up towards the end purely because my favourite character had more chapters, but it did end a little weirdly. I kind of didn't realise that it had ended. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the thing that needed to be done, I didn't even realise it had been done. It was a bit of an anticlimax, I guess. It has a good message about how social media is ruining our lives and how billionaires are evil. Also about how just as a world we're all just gonna end up killing each other. So really happy, this book. Solid 3 out of 5. Nothing special, but also like not bad. Okay, on to Enduring Love. I'm gonna rate this a 2.5. I didn't like it. The first 50 or so pages were good. It made me want to read on to find out what would happen. However, along the way, I just felt like there was just so much unnecessary information. I'm the type of reader who doesn't analyze books. I don't really tend to read into the deeper meanings of things. I purely base how much I like a book off of, like, I just don't want to stop reading. And I really wanted to stop reading this. If it just stuck to the plot, didn't keep going off on tangents, I would have been so much more interested. Towards the end, actually within like the last 100 pages, I was just like skim reading, so half of it I didn't even read. It was just not relevant. The fact that I still understood what was happening without reading the whole thing just shows that it wasn't necessary. I wasn't very impressed with this. I find that with a lot of vintage classics. Maybe I'm just not smart enough to understand why these books are so great, but I definitely think so many classics and vintage books are just overrated because everyone like jumps on the hype and is like, oh my god, like it's a classic, you have to read it, and reading them makes you feel like you're better than everyone else. Reading something like this might make me feel better than the girl over there reading some fan fiction or whatever. Like, no, she's probably enjoying herself so much more than you are reading this. Don't believe the hype of all of the classics. Some of them just aren't worth it. I am going to start The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. This is another vintage classic-y thing. I know, why am I doing this to myself? However, this is 200 pages, very short. I need to get back on track with my Goodreads thing. So that's what I'm doing.
Why can't we feel the same? I know I'll never try again. It's not that it couldn't change. Is it worth it to pretend?
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're feeling a little bit more relaxed and maybe inspired to go and read a book. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and don't forget to go and click the link in my description box to get your free trial of Skillshare Premium. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!